Hello, yogis. Namaste. Welcome to tonight's practice, which is just going to be a super chill hatha flow here in the park. So we have some beautiful nature vibes with us today. All you need is your mat and your body and an awareness of breath. We're going to begin tonight's practice in Tadasana Mountain Pose, standing straight, tuning into your own inner strength. Taking a moment to notice the breath. And from here, we'll begin to extend each inhale and exhale. Finding presence in this moment. Next inhale brings arms overhead, palms meet. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, cactus the arms, little back bend. Inhale, back up. Exhale, palms melt through heart center down to the mat, putting a little bend in the knee, grabbing either elbow for forward fold, Uttanasana. The invitation is to swing your body from left to right, maybe nodding your head yes and shaking it no, to allow your cervical spine to release. Inhale to a halfway lift, hands on shins. Exhale, let it fall. From here, we're going to walk our hands and feet out to downward facing dog. It's the first dog of the practice, so feel free to pedal out your feet, move your knees or your hips, whatever is calling to you today. Next inhale, we're going to round the spine, coming forward into an upward facing dog, pushing ourselves up off the mat, letting your head hang back, opening up that heart and throat chakra. Exhale, setting those hips back, Balasana, child's pose. Reaching forward, knees can be together or apart, whatever feels best for you. Third eye to mat connection, deep breaths here. We'll go ahead and walk our hands over to the right side of the mat, breathing into our left side body, opening up the rib cage. Coming back to center, Balasana, deep breath here. We'll go ahead and walk our hands over to the left side of the mat, breathing into that right side body. Coming back to center, Balasana, one more deep breath here. Inhale, we're gonna rise on up to tabletop. We're gonna warm up our spine with some cat-cows, Marijanasana. Inhale, dropping the belly for cow pose. Exhale, arching the back for cat pose. And just moving with your own breath cycle here. Coming back to your neutral spine, take a deep breath in. Exhale, we're gonna start walking the hands forward. You can hinge back at the hips just a little bit. We're coming into heart melting pose. So you're gonna feel this opening up the shoulders, opening up the chest. Deep breaths here. Next inhale, we're gonna come all the way forward into an upward facing dog, pushing yourself up, arms are activated, head hangs back. And you create a little bit more room between your ears and your shoulders here. Exhale, we're coming back to a tabletop position, moving through a few more cat-cows with your breath. Inhale, dropping that belly. Exhale, arching that back. Asking yourself, can I fill up my lungs a little bit deeper this time? Can I exhale a little bit slower? Coming back to a neutral spine, take a breath here. Inhale, right arm comes into the sky. We're gonna roll out that wrist, opening up the shoulder from the front. Exhale, right hand sails across the chest. Left hand reaches forward for thread the needle. You should really feel this on your shoulder and the outside of your deltoid muscle. Finding that spot where it's cozy, not pushing yourself too hard here. Using our left hand, we're going to pull that in towards the shoulder, coming back to a tabletop position. Moving through a few more cat-cows with your own breath cycle here. Coming back to a neutral spine. Next inhale is going to bring that left hand into the sky, rolling out the wrist, opening up through the front of the shoulder. Exhale, left hand sails across the chest, right hand reaches forward, thread the needle on the other side. Deep breaths here. Our right hand comes back in towards the shoulder. We're using that to push ourselves back up to a tabletop position. And from here, we're going to go ahead and release into Sukhasana, easy seated pose. So from here, we're going to continue working on the shoulders, allowing them to open up and release some of the tension that so many of us are holding on to. So from here, I just want you to grab right here your inner shoulders. Give yourself a little massage, squeeze that muscle. Maybe find a knot that needs to be worked on. And just take a few breaths here, allowing these muscles to release. Beautiful. We can go ahead and drop our hands down to the mat. We're just going to roll our shoulders back. Inhale as they rise, exhale as they fall. Option to place your hands on your shoulders like this and move your elbows in a circular pattern. creating awareness of the body, creating alignment in our torso, and release. We'll bring our attention to the cervical spine. Our left shoulder, left ear comes towards our left shoulder. Left hand placed on the head, not pulling, just assisting gravity a little bit, allowing this side of our neck to stretch out. Deep breath here. Inhale back to center. Exhale, right ear towards right shoulder, right hand on the head. Little assist. Deep breath here. Inhale back to center. And from here, we're just going to roll our head from side to side, shoulder to shoulder, nice and slow. Coming back to center. From here, we're going to pull our right hand, our right arm across the chest, giving it a little pull. Maybe hugging it in towards your chest if that's calling to you today. Go ahead and release, switch it out, pulling your left arm across the chest. Beautiful. We'll go ahead and release that, shaking out the shoulders. And then from here, we're going to come into butterfly pose, soles of the feet together, placing one hand on the heart, the other one just under the navel on our dantian, our center of life force energy. The gaze softens, or maybe the eyes close. Coming back to the awareness of breath that we cultivated at the beginning of practice. Coming back to this present moment. And allowing ourselves to simply be. Releasing our hands, we can go ahead and straighten our legs out in front of us for Dandasana staff pose. We'll go ahead and roll out the ankles. Swoosh our feet from side to side. Point and flex the toes. Inhale, arms come overhead, tall spine. Exhale, reaching for your toes, letting your head hang, maybe putting a little bend in your knee if you need it. Deep breaths here. Inhale, we're going to rise on up. And from here, we're going to bring our left foot to our inner right thigh. Inhale, arms come overhead, turn to the toes. Exhale, reaching for that right foot, letting your head hang. Deep breaths here. Inhale, we're going to rise on up. Taking a breath to switch out the legs. And whenever you're ready, inhale, arms come overhead, turn to your toes. Exhale, reaching for your left foot, letting your head hang, sending your breath to wherever you're holding on to tension. Inhale, we're going to rise on up. Coming back to butterfly pose, Bandha Konasana. Take a breath here. Hands can be wherever they feel most comfortable. From here, we're going to send our left leg out behind us, coming into Kapotasana, pigeon pose. You can always throw a block underneath your right glutes to give you a little bit more space in the hips, or you could throw a blanket or a pillow underneath you. So taking whatever micro adjustments you need in order to get into the most comfortable pigeon possible. We'll take a few deep breaths here. The invitation, if you are feeling nice and balanced, is to inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, allowing them to fall gently back down to the mat. Really engaging our core and upper body as we stretch our lower body. We'll take one more deep breath here in Kapotasana. Exhale, gently lowering down to the mat blocker pillow for sleeping pigeon. We're here for 5 deep breaths, so make sure you get nice and cozy. Next inhale, we're gently going to rise on up. And we're going to release out of pigeon pose, maybe shaking out your legs a little bit. And whenever you're ready, we'll find our way back to butterfly. So we'll take a deep breath here. And whenever you're ready, we're going to go ahead and send that right leg out behind you. Taking whatever micro adjustment you need to get into the most comfortable Kapotasana possible. And just taking a few deep breaths here.
Oh no.
So option 2, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, letting your arms fall. Now we're just going to stay connected to our breath here.
I'm going to take the picture right here. So I got to be careful of that. Yep, sit right there, yep. Oh, that's funny. That's for you. I'm doing this for you. I want you to think that.
We'll take one more deep breath here. Exhale, gently lowering down to the mat blocker pillow. 5 deep breaths here in sleeping pigeon.
I got you. Because you'll be like, in like 2 weeks, you'll get your photo and be like, what? No, this is not the kind of photo shoot we were going for. Straighten that leg up just a little bit more. Here, let me see. Boom. No, you're perfect. You're perfect. Do me a favor, darling. I want you to split all your hair, Sophia. Bring all that volume forward. Yup. Yup. Got one little curl off on the side right here. Nope, I got you. I have here, dude. I got here like a lion. Just like lion's mane.
Next inhale, we're gonna rise on up back to pigeon pose, taking one more deep breath here.
Yeah, buddy.
Releasing out of pigeon, we can shake out our legs.
It might look good, it might look terrible.
And from here, we'll come back into butterfly pose one last time. Hands on the heart, deep breath here.
There you are, beautiful. Very, very nice.
From here, we're gently going to lower down to the mat, coming into a reclined butterfly, allowing yourself to melt down. Deep breaths here. And as you continue to breathe here in reclined butterfly, take notice of each point in which your body is connected to the earth. Your skull, your shoulders, your hips, your arms, your feet. And allowing the energetic vibration of the earth to come into you and heal you. Even if it has to come through the floor, even if it has to come through concrete or 3 stories of an apartment building, allow that earth energy to come to you. We'll bring the knees together. Soles of the feet are going to come right next to our hips, hands by the hips. We're getting ready for a bridge pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, pelvis into the air, bridge. Deep belly breath here. Exhale, releasing your hips back down to the mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hugging the knees. Give yourself some love. Releasing your head back down to the mat. We're going to straighten that left leg. Hugging the right knee. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, right knee sails to the left. Upper body twist to the right for a little supine twist. Our arm is straight out, so we're getting that nice shoulder opener from the front. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, hugging the knees. Give yourself some love. Releasing your head back down to the mat. Straighten that right leg. Hugging the left knee in. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, left knee sails to the right. Upper body twists to the left for a supine twist on the other side. Not pushing yourself too deep here. Just finding that twist that feels really good on the lumbar spine. Nice open shoulder. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, hug the knees. Releasing your head back down to the mat. We're going to grab the outsides of the feet. Ananda Balasana, happy baby pose. The invitation is to rock your body from side to side. Maybe straightening one leg and then the other. Finding little movements that feel good in your body today. Next breath, we're gonna release into a full body stretch, getting in whatever little stretches or twists we didn't get to in today's practice. Coming into your final asana, corpse pose Savasana. Palms are facing up, body is supine on the mat. Focus returns to the breath. And as you continue to breathe, notice any place where tension has crept back into the body, whether it's your jaw, releasing your jaw, your shoulders, letting them sink a little bit deeper, your hips, letting them open a little bit more. Your breath, allowing it to soften, becoming a little bit slower. And remembering that at any point during the day, when you start to feel tense or overwhelmed, you can come back to that breath, come back to that release, come back to you. You can feel free to stay here for as long as you need, but whenever you're ready, we'll wake up the body by wiggling the fingers and the toes, rolling to the side, and gently pushing ourselves back up to a comfortable seated position where we'll meet with our hands at heart center in Anjali Mudra. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. The light, love, and divinity in me honors the light, love, and divinity in you. Thumbs come to the third eye, we bow. Namaste. If you enjoyed this donation-based class, please Venmo the Yogi Heart. That's YOGIHART, the Yogi Heart on Venmo, Hart Williams. I love having these offerings available for you guys. So yeah, you can also join my virtual yoga studio. It's just $10 a month at matajiwellness.com, and you can check out all my other offerings on Instagram, mataji.wellness. Thank you all so much.